And joining us now, David Lametti, Canadian Ambassador to the UN. Thanks for being with us today, Ambassador.
It's my pleasure to meet with you on this tragic day.
Yeah, indeed. As our viewers saw just a moment ago, the UN Security Council is meeting right now. But with a Russian veto on that council, is there anything meaningful it can do to end this war?
Well, they can continue to raise the issue, but you're right. The veto is a block in the Security Council. I think more significant today is the vote in the General Assembly. We're 107 nations. That's an increase over previous Ukraine resolutions voted in favor of an immediate ceasefire, and that carries with it a great deal of moral weight. Certainly, the Russians are reacting quite strongly against that. So there is a will on the part of the international community to keep pushing. You heard the Prime Minister today announce more Canadian aid, both military aid as well as sanctions with respect to Russia, in order to try to bring an end to this war, in order to support Ukraine as it moves through this hopefully last phase of the war and then into the reconstruction.
I guess the question on everybody's mind is it enough? Canada has already provided $25 billion since 2022. Another $2 billion announced today, and the war continues. What will it take?
Well, I wish I could answer that. It obviously is going to take more. We need to continue these efforts. Prime Minister's focusing today on the shadow fleet and some of the economic support, in addition to the military support. We've coordinated with the UK and Europe, and hopefully the European support comes through. I think have a moral obligation to help a country that is an ally, in which we have a strong historical relationship. We have a huge Ukrainian diaspora in Canada, which was attacked. This was an unprovoked, unjustified, unlawful attack, and Canada needs to stand for what is right. As the Prime Minister pointed out in Davos, the world is changing. There's less stability than there used to be. And standing up for what is right becomes increasingly important in that world, in every forum that you can do it. And so we need to remain in solidarity with Ukrainians and with our allies who are helping in this regard as well.
The pressure is mounting on Russia, but is a sufficient amount of pressure being placed on the United States to successfully broker peace?
Well, that's a question you have to ask the United States. I think there is some inconsistency on the part of the United States. They took issue with the parts of the resolution today, which they had previously supported in the last G7 statement on Ukraine. So it is sometimes hard to predict what the United States will do, but I salute their efforts at the negotiating table. Let's not forget that they have succeeded in bringing Russia and Ukraine to the table. Your report mentions it's going slowly, and that's true. That being said, they're at the table and will support the United States for as long as they are at the table trying to get to peace.
Do you think peace can only be achieved if Ukraine cedes territory to Russia that it has not won through military might?
Well, it's certainly a principle that we don't agree with, in the sense that we don't ever want to justify or sanction taking territory by force. That being said, the Ukrainians have shown a great deal of good faith in their negotiations. They want a ceasefire. They offered a year ago an unconditional ceasefire along the existing what were then the existing lines, battle lines in Ukraine. So we'll see what happens. There are facts on the ground that aren't necessarily legal, but may have to be accepted, at least in the short term, for peace to happen.
David Lametti, Canadian Ambassador to the UN, joining us from New York. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.